Okay, we want to assess the normality of our data, and you want to look at several things. First of all, you want to look at the histogram, and you're looking that it starts low, peaks, and ends high. And does this need to be exact? No, but you want an approximate that. And you can see this. I've got a general bell-shaped curve. So I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. I mean, maybe I'd like it to, start a little bit lower, but okay, it might be a little skewed towards one direction, but that also makes sense for October to November, and that I'm going to be skewed towards the colder side. You also want to look at, and I should have on one of these screens, the Qplot. And so you can see here again, you're looking, does this hug this red line pretty well? And it does. There's a little bit of you can see a little bit of a pattern here, and that might very well be due to the date, so something to consider. I look at that and go, okay, that doesn't seem too bad. The last thing you want to look at is outliers. Do I have any major outliers? So to find the outliers, I need to find the quartiles. Now I have resorted this data. I want it in ascending order, so 12, I want it from smallest to largest. I did resort that. But first I'm going to find, so the first quartile is 25 of my total. So in this case I have 57 data points, so I need to know what 25% is. If you have 50, you'd put 50 instead of 57 here. So this 57 is n, so 0.25, 25% of n. In my case, 14. So I want the 15th value. So as I come down here, my 15th value, actually because I'm starting at 3, my 15th value right here is 17. So 25. That is my first quartile. And then I do the same thing for the third. So 75% now of my n value, 57. Okay. For some reason. And so this is 43. So that's down here at 45. So 37 is my value. So I have to figure out what number it is in the order of my data. Then I need to find that actual data value. Now my inner quartile range is the difference between those two. So 37 minus 25. And then I want 1.5 times that. And so 18 is my IQR. And now there's several different ways. This is one way to find outliers. There are several different ways. The book goes over them. If you use a different method, as long as you do it correctly, that's fine. I'm just going over this one. So then to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 18 from the lower one, and I am going to add 18 to the higher one. So this is my lower value and this is my upper. Any outlier would have to be below 7 or above 55. And if I look at my data, I don't have any data below 7 or above 55. So I don't have any outliers. I don't have that, negative 10 day that doesn't make sense for October and November. So that's how you find the outliers. So when I would look at this, I would go, okay, my Qplot looks pretty normal. My histogram looks pretty normal. I don't have any outliers. I would say this is normal data. And in general, weather data is going to be fairly normal. You're not going to have a lot of issues with it, especially when you're talking a small segment. When you're trying to look at a whole year as one, where obviously it's a very cyclical pattern, is where you would get into trouble there, because obviously you can give yourself a average temperature for the year, but it obviously doesn't apply very well in, say, December versus August. But that's how you do those steps so you can assess the normality of your data.